to the region. Alexander Marquardt has the story.
It's an emotional, not only for the people caught in the middle, but also for Americans, both native-born and naturalized, who've waged their own war of words here in the U.S.
Down with oppression!
Ties to the conflict. Two from Maryland who spent much of the summer weighing the risks of moving to a war zone.
I just think as an American, the least we can do is to be there with the Israelis.
And one from Virginia who spent the same time trying to get away from the fighting.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
The conflict started July 12th. Hezbollah, an Islamist organization based in Lebanon, killed several Israeli soldiers and kidnapped 2 others. At the time, 15-year-old Amen Elbaba was visiting family in Sidon on the coast of southern Lebanon. At first, the fighting didn't faze him.
We didn't really think a war would start. It didn't really seem like a big deal to us.
But the bombings got worse, and people started to die.
I was just shocked. So, this kind of told me, maybe there really is a war that's going to involve killing civilians, and maybe it's time to actually think about it as a big deal and kind of get scared.
It got even scarier when a bomb landed just a mile from his grandmother's home.
The house kind of shook from the pressure and the electricity turned off for a bit. And, it was one of the loudest sounds I've ever heard.
Amen and his sisters finally escaped the bombs with the help of the U.S. Embassy. But the experience has changed him and his views.
I think it has changed me, and it changed the way I think of Israel. They should have done it in a civilized way. Maybe negotiations, done it a little bit less harsh.
And while Amen was trying to get home, 18-year-old Sam Pessin and 16-year-old Esti Frischling were packing for Israel. They'd been looking forward to a year-long program in Israel for Jewish teens. And when the fighting started, like Amen, they weren't worried.
I think the situation as it was when it first started wasn't scary enough for me personally to consider not going. I just really wanted to be there.
Well, for me at first, it was kind of just same old, this is terrorism against Israel, but and so I had no really reservations from going.
Then the realities of the conflict hit home.
One of my best friends, Yuval, had 3 or 4 of his friends killed by the Hezbollah this summer.
And Sam took it to heart.
Because I'd never known anyone who suffered such a personal loss to terrorism. And it was just like, wow, this is really real.
A reality that Esti is hesitant to believe can be changed by the UN-brokered peace agreement.
I think that Israel's putting itself in what could be a compromising position, but I don't think there's any alternative, so I think it's just best to be optimistic about it.
All of the teens, Sam, Esti, and Amen, say now more than ever their trips have deep meaning to them.